Good morning, everybody. Welcome. So it's early in the morning, and I have a case to check, and why not sharing it with you guys? Let's see what we have here. So what do we have here? We have a ThinkBook, Lenovo ThinkBook, which is from another shop, in fact, and it's booked for so you can't see what's written on this sticker. Anyway, it's booked for no display, and I have asked what has been done before, so they mentioned that they have only done BIOS flash. I don't know if that's true, but let's check. Let's check this laptop with the power supply to see how much power it drops. Then we can open to see what's going on inside. So I'm going to use the power supply. So it's 20 volt and it's set on 5 ohms maximum. And that's the maximum of this power supply. It's a Corrado one. And let's check how much current it drops. So let's power our power supply first. It's not on. Yes, we have light on the power button, and wow, it's dropping 3.267 ohms. That's in fact sufficient for having a display, and laptop should normally work fine. So maybe here the battery also is charging. Yes, of course, with the 3.263 ohms, it should be that the battery is also charging. Let's power off. If it powers off on the button, of course. Yes, it's off. So now we have 2.9. Wow, this battery in fact needs a lot of current. That's a lot. Okay, 2.999, so it's 3 ohms. And when it's on, it's 3.256, which means that the board drops without the battery, drops nearly 0.3. I don't know, we have to unplug the battery to see the difference of consumption between the board without battery and when the battery is charging. So let's power off. Remove power and let's open. Before opening, we can do test, which I usually do with this kind of laptop. Probably this laptop has a SOC processor, a SOC chip. So and the SOC processors are known for dying for multiple reasons, and among those reasons it may be because of peripheral used in USB ports. So we have to check the data line of the USB port. So as a trick, I use this male USB connector, which I simply plug there, and here I have the pins here, the minus and plus. Here is the minus, and here in this side plus, and those two in the middle are the data lines, and those data lines are linked directly to the PCH or to the chipset, which means the processor in any way, because the chipset and the processor are in one chip, or what we call a SOC. So let's power my meter and let's share the result or the measurement on the screen. Yes, so I'm going to use diode mode. I have to connect my meter first. Yes, now it's connected. So here we can use this metal cover as ground, or this pin here, but I prefer to use this metal. And let's check the middle pins. So let's use diode mode, and in diode mode we usually put the red probe on the ground and the other on the points on which we have to measure, to take measurement. So that's fine, the reading is fine, the resistance is in fact high. Let's use resistance or ohms mode. Yes, let's use auto, and yes, it's a high resistance. It's in mega, in both lines. Okay, so if ever you found these lines shorted, no need to open the laptop and waste your time. It's a shorted PCH, so no need to bother yourself with that case. In that case, let's open, and as it's obvious from these holes, yes, you can see, but I can see the marks of it seems like if someone has used a big screwdriver to open the screws. Here it's there's some marks here in these holes. Anyway, let's open. Okay, so why? Yes, these screws are in fact in a bad condition. I don't know what kind of screwdriver no guy that has opened this laptop has used with these screws. That's fine. All screws are out. Yes. Let's open from here. It seems like this laptop has been opened so many times. I don't know if that's correct, but yes, it seems like it has been opened so many times. Anyway, let's check what do we have inside. Let's remove the cover. Okay. Yes, so no HDD. We have then an SSD here, the small one. I have 8 GB of RAM. So this battery is, yes, it's 3.9 ohms battery. The output, the limited charging voltage of this battery is 13.05 volt. It's indicated here, and the output is here, 11.4 volt, typical capacity, 4,000 milliamps. So it's a 45 wattage battery. Okay, let's remove the battery and power it with power supply to see how much it drops, how much power it drops, so that we can have an idea about the issue. Okay, pay attention not to put the laptop on a screw or a screwdriver or any other piece of metal, or you may short things on the board. So without powering, it's dropping not that much, 0.048, so it's nearly nothing suspicious here, so nothing to worry about. Let's power. Wow, 0.9, nearly 1 amp. That's enough for a board like the one we have on this laptop. So why we don't have the display So it can be anything, in fact, and we have to check what's wrong. First thing to try is another RAMs. I don't think that the guys opening this, which has opened this before, hasn't tried with other RAMs. I don't think they haven't done that. They should have done that, but anyway, let's do it again. I have here some DDR4 RAMs, so we have here four pieces to try. So this one is an 8 GB, and these ones are, so this should be 8 GB, and this one is a 4 GB, this one is an 8 GB, and this one is an 8 GB. So let's try them all. Let's start with this one. Splash adapter. Power. Yes, it's on, but nothing till now on the screen. The fan is spinning normally. For the moment, let's wait another few seconds to see if we can get something. Who knows? Nothing. Power off. Let's just power off on the power supply. No need to remove the connector each time. Touch this one. Power again. The board drops 0.9 and it's stable. And to my experience, this may be a BIOS issue, even if the guy had told me that he already has done BIOS flash. But I have to consider that option the first thing to try, as I always do. But before that, we have to check the main power rails, if they are all present, in which case we can then do BIOS programming before troubleshooting the board deeply. So now it's the third stick of RAM to try. So as I said, probably the guys on that shop which brings this laptop has already done this test, but I have to do it myself to avoid any surprise. What if it's just a RAM issue and going wasting time on troubleshooting the board. Power off on the power supply. Remove. All these RAMs are known to be good RAMs. Normally any one of them should work on this one, on this laptop, and it's the last one to try before checking the main rails to check which voltages are present on the board and which ones are missing. I don't think we will find any missing voltage on this board. I don't think so. What makes me think of that? Because of the consumption of the board. We say the board is dropping nearly 1 amp, which in fact for this kind of boards it's more than enough to have display. So nothing with this last one. Let's remove it and let's put this on the original one on its place. Let's mark this original one so that that's fine. So put it in place. So the main rails are all in this side. Main coils, I mean. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We should have others here under this sticker. Yes, we have one here. We have 2 others here. So we can do a voltage test from here without even removing the board. Before that, let's check if let's reset the BIOS, which also may have been done before, but the reason why I am going to do that is that to check if the board will power on automatically whenever I plug the power or when I power on my power supply. So let's reset the BIOS by shorting the CMOS the CMOS connector pins on the board for a while, for 10 to 15 seconds. I don't need to remove the DC connector because the power supply is off. I just have to power on the power supply, and if the board comes on automatically without pressing the power button, that in fact doesn't mean that the BIOS is good, but anyway that would mean that we don't have a big issue with this board, and it should be probably something related to firmware anyway, either the OC or the main BIOS. So it's really important to do this test, because in this case we have a lot of consumption by the board, nearly 1 amp, and it should be okay for having display. So let's power on the power supply, and let's pay attention if the board will power on by itself. Yes, it's on without pressing the power button, and as usual, as before, it's 0.9, and it's stable, not that fluctuating, because if we have the amps fluctuates non-stop, then it's a partial short. Whenever you have that issue, whenever you have the amps fluctuating on your power supply, if it fluctuates without stopping, in a non-stop state, so you have to, that's indicate that it's a partial short on the board, which usually is very difficult to detect. That needs some experience and some time, and schematic, of course. Without schematic, it will take a lot of time. And here we have the board is dropping nearly stable current. The fluctuation here is not that important, so it goes up and it may go down, but slowly, which means in fact nothing to worry about. Another test to do before checking voltages, I have to remove the screen or the screen connector. Why? I have to see if the consumption of the board is the same without the screen, without the display, without the screen plugged. Let's power on the power supply. Yes, it's nearly the same. Yes, in the beginning it goes till 1 amp, but usually it's 0.98, 0.99. Okay, let's keep it like this. So the board is on. Let's now check the coils here to see what voltages we have on these main rails. Let's put so we have this one here, a wrong range, so 9 volt. Let's check from this side. So here it's 9 volt. Probably this one is related to battery, I don't know. In fact, let's just check voltages. Here we have 1.1. Here we have 5 volts rail. Here should be 3 volt. Yes. Let's check these two here. 1.6, 1.7 from the other side of the coil, 1.7. So these coils here are related to the processor powering. So we have this one. It's a big capacitor. Let's check what do we have on this big capacitor. 9. Here is ground, 9 volt. Here, this other one, from the other side. So normally we always should take measurement in the output. If with some millimeters, if you measure in the input, you can get on a relevant value or a big value, which is different from the output. 9.6 and 0.7 on the other side, this one 9.6 on the other side, 1.7 on this one. So you have the values on the screen. We have all coils have a value or a power, and let's check on the RAM. Here we have 0.9. On this one we have, so I'm checking on the some caps on the RAM. So 1.1, yes. Here the other side 1.1, here 2.5, yes. So the RAM is powered and the fan spins normally, no noise, it's not going on full speed. We have the display connector removed, and now the consumption goes to 1.0 and now it drops to 0.9 ohms. Anyway, let's power off. Let's plug the screen connector and let's check one more time the display. Power, this power supply, it's on automatically because we have the CMOS battery not plugged. So each time we will plug the adapter, or each time we will power the power supply, and the laptop will power on automatically. So first thing first, I have to remove this BIOS, and I have to do programming myself before doing anything else. Even if they have said that they have done BIOS programming, but to my experience I have already solved many cases of BIOS issue which other shops have already tried and tried programming BIOS. In so many cases, I have received so many cases last years, this last 7 or let's say 8 or even more years. This last years I have received many cases which are BIOS issue and hasn't been haven't been solved by other shops, even if they have tried to do so. Why? If you are asking why is that possible, yes, that's possible because there's a lot of mistakes that can be done when flashing, when programming BIOS. Among those mistakes is, for example, it's like in this case, for example, they may have done only clear me, which means they have not updated or changed the BIOS region of the original file, original BIOS or original dump. Call it whatever you want. It's the same thing. I have asked the guy if he has put the original dump on the ship. He confirms that yes, it's the original one. Anyway, I have to check that because sometimes it's not true. I have to check that simply by looking if I can find the serial number on the file once backed. So waiting for my soldering iron to get hot. I am going to use the soldering iron here, but before that I have to remove this battery. It's annoying to have a battery here. Better to remove it to avoid any mistake with the presence of the battery. So still we have something that holds it. Yes, here's a screw. And here we have this audio cable. Remove it. Sorry for the noise. If you hear any noise, sorry for that, because people here are now starting to open their shops. I am in a market in which a lot of repair shops are located, so I can't help it. You will be disturbed by the noise, but nothing to do to avoid that. That's why and I may get disturbed by customers in a few moments. It's early, yes, so we usually don't get customers at this time of the day, and it's Sunday, but sometimes we may have 1 or 2 customers early. So let's use some flux with this one. Okay. So I usually prefer removing BIOS chip using soldering iron, especially if it's next to to the processor or next to the microcontroller. More than that, it's better to avoid using hot air as much as possible. If we can do anything with the help of the soldering iron, it's better. Hot air is not that good for a board if it's used a lot. So I am cleaning the chip, and here is my programmer, here is the adapter. Let's put it on the adapter. Pay attention to the orientation. Some programmer don't tolerate if you put the chip on the opposite direction, you may burn it. Okay, let's read it. So put this here. Let's check what do we have here. Let's check what do we have on the, which markings is on the, it's a win band, yes, and it's 16 megabyte. The markings after 128 JV. So we don't have that in Mini Pro, but we can use FV or even BV instead. So any one of these two can be used, BV or FV. I am going to use them both, in fact, because I have to do to read it twice or 3 times. Select and let's read. Let's put this on the other screen. So let's wait for the programmer to do its job, and meanwhile I have to search for the executable file of this one using the serial number of the so we have the serial number here. So I said I have to use the serial number in searching for the executable file, the BIOS executable file for this laptop. It's advisable, or I may even use a better term. It's better to use a serial number when looking for a BIOS executable file. Sometimes when using the model number, we may have many executable file for that exact model number, and we may be confused in choosing the right one. And even in some cases, like for this example, the files, the executable files are different from country to country. It depends on the country of the where the laptop is commercialized or is used. For example, this one is used in Slovakia, so this one is so normally we should, if we have to use the model number, we have to consider the location of the laptop, which means where it is commercialized, where it is used. So as I said, this one is used in Slovakia. Yes, it's what I have here. Which means that this laptop came here to Morocco as a used one. I don't think it came here as a new one, because it will be expensive for in comparison with the same model. We can find the same model here with the price of South, with the price of North Africa, which is usually not expensive as in Europe or some other places like Canada or USA. Let's check for our programmer. Yes, it's finished. Cancel. Let's save. Where? Let's use. So let's use temporarily the desktop. ARS temporary. So let's use here temporarily. I have to move it to other location where original dump are saved, because I saved them. I don't delete them, I save them and keep them. Who knows, maybe we'll need them in the future if the same laptop came again to my shop. So let's create a folder here with the name. I'm going to use the model. So here in front of me in the board we have model LVAC. Yeah, let's use the same word. So let's use capital letter LVAC. Let's open. Normally I use numbers for. So this one it will be 0 1 0 1 file. It has been saved, so I am going to read it again, but with other programmer. This one and other adapter. Why? So if I got two identical files, then I can be sure that the file is okay and the reading has been done correctly. So I use another programmer and another adapter, and now let's just, yes, I have to check if it's detectable. Yes, and now let's use, I have used BV, now let's use FV. So what means FV BV? Simply means the letters which comes after 128 on the marking here. So because the chip is marked with the marking on the chip is let me read it for you. So it's so it's 25Q128GVSQ. So, and we don't need in fact to have the same markings on our programmer, and you can understand that by experience. So doing a lot of this programming, you will learn so many tricks. Let's select and let's read. So let's click on read. Now it's reading. Okay, so I say that I have to look for the executable file right now. Okay, so it's Lenovo. Let's go to the site, view PC support, and here we type or we write the serial number. So the serial number is LR0 BPK8A. Enter. We have, so it's out of warranty. This laptop is out of warranty, and let's go to driver and software, and simply here we type BIOS. Here we have the results. So here it's Intel Management Engine. If we need to update the region, we can use this file. Also, if we don't want to do that, we can just use the BIOS update. So let's download So we have the BIOS update, and here we have the BIOS update readme. Sometimes it's very important to read this readme. It has valuable informations, and if any errors with the previous versions of BIOS, it will be mentioned here, and that helps in troubleshooting BIOS issues. So it's really very important to pay attention to these things. Most of the people just ignore this and use the executable file directly without reading anything. In fact, I do that from time to time, especially when it's a delicate case, delicate case with the BIOS, to see, because sometimes some versions, some executable versions won't work even if it's in the support site due to some issue with the update. So it's not always fiable. What I'm doing, downloading. Let's put on the desktop the same folder. Where have I? Yes, I have in fact created the folder on the desktop. This is the folder. Let's create a new folder inside of it. Let's name it exe. Open, save. We have the reading is finished. Let's cancel here and let's save with the number 2. 0 2 save. So where's that folder? Here it is. Okay, we have to select these two and hit enter. Here we have we only have one opened. Why? We have to select both of the files, hit enter. Now we have both of them are opened in our HXD editor. Let's analyze data comparison. Yes, identical. Now let's check if we have the serial number on the file. If we let's keep just one. Control F, Control V, and check this all. Okay, yes. So this is sorry, you can't see. Yes, you can see. I thought that I am in other screen, in other display. Anyway, so we have it here. Let's press F3. So we have it once in the dump, which makes things simple. If we need to fix the DME on the new file which we are going to use. Okay, So I have said in the beginning of the video that some shops do just to clear me in case of no display. In fact, it's not really a good way to tackle BIOS issues. We need to do BIOS region update too. So here we have the executable file here. We have to extract the BIOS region from it. For that I use, it's a Lenovo, I use IIL Extractor, which is available in the internet. It can be downloaded for free, and we just drag the executable file on it, and we search for the biggest file here. So the biggest one here is this one with 11 megabyte, 11.9, which so it's nearly 12 megabyte. We just drop it here. Yes, here it is inside this folder. So it's a .cap file which can be opened. Let's close this, which can be opened with the editor. Let's drop it here. Here we have it. So now what do we need? So as this one is only 12 as we can see here, 12 megabyte. That means that it's not a full BIOS. It's not a full BIOS file. It's only the BIOS region, and we have to extract that BIOS region and use it to replace the BIOS region of the original file here, and after that we can do clear me. So how can we do that? Let's go to the main folder on which we have saved the original dump, and I'm going to open the dump with this BP checker to get the start offset of BIOS region. So the BIOS region of this file starts from 500,000. So let's go here and let's go to BIOS region 5,100. Okay, so the BIOS region starts here in the original file, of course. Let's copy 2 or 3 lines of the hex code and use them to search in this .cap file. Control F, Control V, let's use X value. Okay, so we have, here is where the BIOS region starts. We need now the size of the BIOS region. So the size in hex, we just go back to the original file and we click in the beginning of the offset where the BIOS region starts, and we go down and holding the shift key on our keyboard, we press at the end here and we pay attention to the value here at the bottom of the hex editor or the HXD editor. Here we have B followed by 5 zeros, which means this is the length in hex of the BIOS file. So we go back to the .cap file, we click on the beginning of where the BIOS region starts here, and with the right click we select the block of what we have said, B followed by 5 zeros, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's it. Let's check here. So as you can see here, at the end we have this string, same string here. Let's copy this block or this BIOS region again, go to so we have the save there, go to the beginning of the BIOS region here. So we have copied this. Let's copy again. The BIOS region starts here. So as you can see here, 500,000. With the right click we pass to right. So now we have our BIOS is updated. So we save as 01 updated. Let's save. We have it there. So now we can use it, but before that let's check if we will get the partitions of the file. Yes, otherwise we will get an error here. So the file is good, it is built in a right way. Now we have to do clean me to the file. We should do that. We might not have the issue with the clean me, so the display problems in the laptops, it may be BIOS region, it may be me region, and it may be both of them. And when the issue of no display is related to BIOS, of course, because we don't know if it's a BIOS issue. Till now we have to try BIOS first before doing any troubleshooting. So let's use I'm going to use the LBE for that. Let's close the hex editor for now, we don't need it. Oh, sorry, let's come back to our main screen. So I'm going to use LBE. Why? Because it makes things quicker for me, and it has all the tools I need gathered all together in this tool, which is in fact a very powerful and a good tool. Let's go. Now it's ready. We have to wait for the tool to get ready. If we have busy here, no need to do anything, you will get errors, so you have to wait for the server to be ready. It's a server based tool. We go to Mi Support Editor, we open the file here, so it's on desktop and it's here on LVAC, and we need to clear me this file, the one which we have just created. Let's analyze. So when we click analyze on this tool, it's simply me analyzer. It's simply me analyzer. All these tools can be me analyzer, and flash tool can be downloaded for free in the internet. They are available in so many locations. So we have the region of this file is initialized. Of course it's initialized because it has been used and with the board. Whenever the file is used with the board, and if the board has tried to read and write on the BIOS file, so it automatically becomes initialized. So that doesn't really mean that the mir region is corrupted, but we the better thing to do is to clear it, and to be sure that everything is fine with the mir region. And the BIOS region should be updated to be sure that everything is good with the BIOS region. So we have the file here is 13.0.20 13.0.20.13.12, and here we have the same one. Yes, let's go to manual me and open the system tool version 13. Let's open our file with it. This one. Don't open the original dump. This one, updated. Open. Let's go to build setting, generate intermediate files. Let's make on no, close. Let's check what do we have as boot guard setting. So that's fine. It's on profile 0, which I prefer. Let's go to file here and save as. Let's keep the default name, untitled, save, and let's close this. And now go back to the main folder, to our working folder, and so as you can see here, we have this file. Spare me is generated by the tool. It's the me file which we are going to use, and we have to rename it as we have here. So here we have me sub partition. This is the name of the mir region in this one. So let's rename, let's copy, click on F2 as to rename it, but we won't go to, we will just copy the name with Ctrl C, and we have to rename this one, Ctrl V. It has to have the same name as, now let's cut it from here. It has to have the same name as in here, is in the decomp folder, and we paste it here. We'll get asked if we want to replace the file in this destination. You just answer yes. So I said that file which we have just removed from here and copied and pasted in that folder, it's this file, this one. It's the me engine file, which can be downloaded in the internet and used This tool also can be downloaded from internet and used. Me personally, I'm using this tool because it gathers all these tools which I need, so I don't have to waste time uh, use dealing with the file otherwise with the tools separately. So as we have moved the file in the comp folder, now let's open again our tool. Let's go back to the main folder. So let's open the configuration file, which is in our case it's this one, entitled. We have kept the default name, and if you pay attention to here, we will get our out image after pushing the build image button. Boot guard, yes, we have our file here. Close. Let's open that file, the out image one. So let's put in order of the time and date. Open, analyze, enter. Configured. Now what's left? The DME serial number, and if any Windows key on the file, it should be also, yes, we have the Windows key on the file, and let's check again. Let's copy the Windows key, copy. So we go to our working folder. Let's close this Me Analyzer. Let's open the original file with Control F, Control V to search for the Windows key value, and we need the hex value. Let's copy it. Why we need that value? Simply because we are going to open the original dump with the UEFI tool, the 28 version, this one. Why it's taking time? Strange. Close this. Try again to open. Yes, now it's open. So why? Let's close this. No, let's just copy again, minimize. Let's drag this to the UEFI tool. Why it's not opened? Why? Maybe the file is open somewhere, or what? Okay, let's close it there. I don't know what's wrong with this tool this time. strange. I don't know what happened. Let's close everything. Let's close LBO2. Let's open again the folder. Let's try to open the second file, 02. Why? It's strange. I don't want to restart the laptop because I'm recording. Let's open. Yes. Folder, drag this one here. Same issue. I don't know what's the problem. Something wrong, but what exactly? Oh no. Let's close. Okay. So what's wrong? Okay. I'm going to use the out image as it is without moving those informations, the demo information to the file, and if it works, then I can do that after, and I may show you in another video how I did that. I don't want to restart my laptop here, my desktop here. It seems I need to restart it because when I left yesterday, I didn't stop it fully. I just made it on sleep mode, and sometimes I got like these issues, and I have to restart the laptop. So let's use the out image to program the file, and yes, let's open it here. Out image, this one, yes, and let's hit OK. Let's check this, blank check, and program. I have lost a lot of time in trying to do this video. That's why in fact I don't make videos of repairing, because it takes time, and the time is what I lack in fact in my shop. I have a lot of work today, lot of work. Yes, I have 2 MacBook Pros, I have 5 Dells, I have 4 or 5 Lenovo's, some HP's, and 2 HDDs for data recovery. That's a lot, but yes. And the guys are still late today. It's Sunday and only two guys are coming. The third one will take a rest today, and the following Sunday it will be and the other guy which will be in rest, and the other Sunday the other one, and it's like this each month. And in fact, here in this market is closed. It's closed in Fridays. So in Friday is also a holiday or rest day for all the other technicians, but me, I work 3 Fridays per month. I just go to one tourist each month. Sometimes I may take two. It depends on the work, in fact. Okay, let's take a look in the server. Wow, 2 warnings. Rule 15, rule 15. Okay. It's calm. It's Sunday and it's calm. This programmer MiniPro takes time to program chips, but I really like to work with this one. RT09H or F, do it quickly, but sometimes we may get errors with that programmer. I don't really like those fast ones because I don't trust in them, in fact. So I don't know if we can change the speed of never thought of that. Never thought of that, in fact. I don't know if we can change the speed of writing on options. Settings. I don't think we will have that option. never thought of that in fact, but let's check. Maybe we have that option and I don't know. Yes, here we have the speed. Here we have speed, but I don't know if it's related to writing, to reading and writing. I have to try that in fact. Let's just cancel and close this. Okay. So meanwhile I have to add some solder to the pins of the BIOS location on the board. Let's wait for the solder iron to get hot. So solder. So instead of putting flux on the board, I usually do like this. Yes, it's hot now. That's fine, that should be enough. If we need, we can add a few after soldering the chip. Another few seconds and it will be ready. Okay, I hope this will fix our issue, otherwise we have lost time for nothing. It happens, but what made me lost a lot of time is recording, is trying to record this video. Okay. videos needs to record videos of repair and cases. It needs really time. I don't know how to fix that issue. It's an issue. I really like to do streaming. Why not whole day, including all the cases I do here? But it's with the conditions of work here, it's really, it's just impossible. Yes, the ship is ready now. Let's so cancel, close. Strange way to quit this software when programming is finished. When programming finished, we got cancel and program. I think still program is so we have to exit. We have to click cancel, which is really which I found strange. Normally we need to have something like close or exit, but it's a Chinese product. So sorry, let me switch. I'm going to use soldering iron again to solder this chip. That's fine. It's soldered. Let's check with scope. Give me just a moment. That's fine. Let it dry and remaining IPA. Let's hope for the best. So I will be happy if this fix our issue. Now let's check if it's cold. Yes. Power supply is on. Let's power it off for the moment, and let's connect the cable, and let's power on the power supply. Same thing in the power supply, but here in the laptop we have to wait. It may take some time. It goes off. That's yes, that's good if it goes off. Yeah, when it restarts, it means that the board is initializing the BIOS, and as you can see here, problem solved. Problem solved. Which language is this? Uh-oh. I don't know which language is this, but as I have said, it's from the laptop is from Slovakia. Yes, Slovakia. That's what we have here. So maybe this guy here in the photo has is here in Morocco and has given his laptop to that shop. Anyway, it's fixed, and let's check the BIOS setting for let's power off. So BIOS setting, maybe we have to get in BIOS setting, we may have that button on the, let me just check the cover to see where it's located. So it's near the, to get in BIOS we have to push a button near the audio jack. Here on this side, sir, here is the audio jack here, and we have a blue button here just next to it. Here, this one, let's use tweezer. Yes, let's use tweezer. Yes, this is on. So we have the options here, the boot options. Let's go to BIOS setup. So we have these numbers to fix. Product name, and this one UAD number, Lenovo serial number. We don't have Lenovo serial number, it's empty. So we have 3 credentials to fix. So as I have said in the video, I didn't want to restart my PC. I got an issue with the Wi-Fi tool. So now it's an easy thing to do. I have just to put those informations on the working BIOS file and program again my the shape of the laptop, and that's it. Yes, that's it. That's fine. Let's restart again. So as you can see in the you can see I don't have the power supply on the screen. Why? Anyway, the consumption of the board is the same as before, which is confusing. But anyway, the issue is solved, and that's what is important for us. So as you can see here, the issue is simply BIOS. So no need to troubleshoot the board for short or partial short or anything else before trying BIOS programming. So I have to stop the video here, and if you guys need to see how I fix the DME information on the BIOS file of this exact model, you can ask that in the description of the video. I will upload this video in my YouTube channel, and the model name is of this laptop is 20SM. So Lenovo ThinkBook 15-IIL, model name 20SM. It will be described in the video description. And for the tools which we have used here in this video, as I said, the tools are gathered in that LBE which I have used, but the tools are available for free in the internet. So Flash Image tool is available, Mi Analyzer is available, UFI tool is available, so you can download whatever you want in the internet for free. So see you in the next video, guys, and hope a nice day for everybody, and bye bye. I should get out of here. Bye bye.